So the Bills, I feel like they're getting a little bit underrated heading into this season, where, yes, they have had some big and notable departures, especially, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, notable names, people we've come to associate with Josh Allen's Bills over the past few years. But that's the thing. It's still Josh Allen's Bills. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Jordan Poyer came out, called him the best quarterback in the league, saying he can't wait to face him in Miami this season. Like, this is a quarterback who, everyone respects, everyone likes, and he's super talented. And Buffalo, even in a year last season where it looked like they were dead to rights the entire season, come on strong at the end, go on the road, win a divisional game against the Dolphins with the AFC East on the line. It feels like you just can't ignore, you can't ignore all of this and say that the Dolphins or the Jets, with all that they have going for them, are going to take over. So I had the Bills at 5. Where did you guys have them again? You had them at 3, right, Jack?
3, but you know what's very funny?
Like how?
But we said, for quite a while how Buffalo's window could it be closing, yada 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 yada.
It came up 5 times last year.
Yeah. And now people, including myself for the most part, seem to be pretty down on Buffalo with everything they've lost this offseason. I'm wondering if this is now the year where the pressure's off of them, that they that they could do something.
Why not?
But I had them at 3. I was tossed up between this Ravens, Bills, Lions 2, 3, 4. It was all kind of, I was in the air, up in the air with them. Like I said before, this is a team who, again, a very good team, one of the best quarterbacks in football, a team who should be fine, even without Stephon Diggs and everybody else that they've lost. They're going up against 2 other very, very solid teams if they can stay healthy. I mean, the Dolphins had the division on lock. Like, that division was over. I think at one point they were minus like 500 to win the division.
Well, they lost the Titans game, right? Is that the game? I think we were recording.
Yeah,
right,
it was that
right?
Titans game. If people would listen to Ziggy in week 7 when he said this Bills team is a heck of a lot better, and I put a bunch of money on him to win the division.
I forgot about that.
You did. But that division was wrapped up. At least I thought it was wrapped up. But this Dolphins team is good, kind of like the Cowboys, a regular season good.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing people have forgotten about this Dolphins team is they lost some important players this offseason.
But so did Buffalo. Buffalo lost a crap ton.
The problem the Dolphins had last year was defensive depth, right? Constantly having guys who could play. And then you lose Christian Wilkins. You lose Jerome Baker. You lose Deshaun Elliott. You lose Andrew Van Ginkel. Now, I get that those guys weren't exactly world beaters, but all of them played 60% or more of the snaps. They lost Raekwon Davis. They lost Brandon Jones. They lost Robert Hunt. Right? Those are all guys who played substantial snaps for this team. And even if they weren't always the best, and some of them, like Wilkins and Hunt, were very, very good, those are the kinds of guys you need to contribute, especially when you don't have a quarterback who can go Superman and win the game on his own like Josh Allen can. So while people talk about the Bills getting worse, and you're right that they have gotten worse, I'm not sold on this Jets team. And the Dolphins have suffered a lot too, such that I think it's actually pretty close to even for both teams.
Yeah, but I don't think the Bills are heads and shoulders better than the Jets and the Dolphins. And we were sitting here talking on the last show, the Jets most underrated team in football. They got the best.
And the answer is no. This Jets team's not going to be good.
But wait, Ziggy, who do you think is a bigger threat to Buffalo, the Jets or the Dolphins?
It's obviously Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. This Jets team is not going to be nearly as good as people think it will.
But this Jets roster is fantastic, and they have Aaron Rodgers now healthy.
What is it about the Jets that you don't like?
I do not think the Jets roster is as fantastic as people think it is.
I think
the defense is likely to regress. The offense, I mean, there's some good players on there, but a bunch of them are going to get hurt because that's inevitable. I'm not convinced Aaron Rodgers can defy time like Tom Brady did. And this Buffalo team still has the second best quarterback in football. They dominate the division at the most important position. And that means I'm going to put them at the top until something changes.
What were they last year? They were 9-8? And they lost.
I think they were 11-6.
Oh, 11-6. But lost in Arsenal. Like, they were a game away from missing the postseason and lost a whole lot of guys.
But they ended up as the 2 seed.
I know, but this team was dead to rights.
Yeah, and now, I think that's the Josh Allen effect. Josh Allen is so good.
Josh Allen is awesome.
Yeah,
and I think the Bills will probably win the division. But I'm just saying why I have them at 3. Like, I don't think that there's a better chance the Packers beat the Lions than the Bills lose out to the Dolphins or Jets.
Well, let me ask you just about Buffalo. Like, I mean, you guys are so down on Stephon Diggs. So what if he's heading out? You still have James Cook, you still have Dalton Kincaid. Like, you got to hope someone has to step up at receiver. That has to happen.
I'm not sitting trying to knock Buffalo.
Oh, no.
I think the Dolphins and Jets are good football teams.
Yeah, no. I know that's the reason.
Division.
That's the reason you have the Bills as the third most vulnerable, is because the other teams are good.
I don't think in the NFC North the Bears or
the Bears and Vikings are not as good as
the
Jets would be.
Yeah,
like the Jets could win the AFC East.
I think Buffalo will win the division. I'm just saying I think that
you also have the Bills winning the division, right, Ziggy, in the preview show?
Yeah. And I'll just say, y'all are going to find out about Khalil Shakir next year. You will find out.
Look, I know people are high on him, but someone has to step up.
He reminds me of me. He's a short speedster. I bet you I can give you like one quarter in the NFL and have one catch deep.
Well, how many guys in football are there right now? How many quarterbacks truly are there where you can look at them?
You don't think so, Ziggy?
I'm not even entertaining that.
If I ran 20 deep balls in the NFL and Mahomes targeted me 20 times against the NFL corners, I'd have one catch deep on the sideline. I put my whole life on that.
What were you going to say, Paul?
Oof. Should we be at Jack's funeral like a week?
No, you wouldn't.
If I was saying, how many quarterbacks are there that you guys think are like Josh Allen, where you could say, okay, they could carry a team on their own? Obviously, Mahomes. Is there anyone else like Lamar, Burrow? Would you guys put those guys in there?
Fields,
no.
us.
Fields,
Mason Rudolph.
You just have two, Ziggy.
I think when you're talking about just like whatever the situation, can they carry the team on their own?
Yeah,
those guys are at least a tier above anyone else in the NFL.
Gotcha.
I don't think Josh Allen can.
I mean, he did.
I mean, we've seen it time and time again.
He's won nothing, Josh Allen.
No, but to get to the playoffs last year, I mean, that was a pretty Herculean effort.
I mean, I think Buffalo had a good team. Like, I think you could put Patrick Mahomes on a crappy team that win the Super Bowl. Whereas Josh Allen, I don't think you can.
I think Josh Allen can carry a team, though. Like, if you put Josh Allen on most teams, they're going to be very, very good.
What's carrying a team? If you're not first, you're last.
I mean, you can't say he carried like at the end of last season, the Bills were battered and bruised, and he got into the playoffs.
If you're not first, you're last.
All right,
he didn't carry him.
All right.
Like, I think if you put Mahomes on the Jaguars, they could win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen could not.
Oh, I think the Jaguars could win the Super Bowl with Josh Allen too. I think almost any team with Josh Allen could win.
Mahomes to me is a lot better than Josh Allen.
Oh, I take.
That's true.
Yeah, I think
Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he's
he got us
a tier by himself.
So
I don't think Josh Allen can carry a team like he can.